Hey everybody, it's Bunny, and today I'm going to be doing another video about the paranormal. And a big thanks to Ali Sang who commented on my last video. And so here's another one, and I hope you like this one just as much. So today I'm going to be talking about kind of stuff that happened to me when I was a kid and reasons why I think I'm so interested in the paranormal today and how it affects me. So, when I was 3, it seems like I was like born strange. I'll just put that out there. Cause okay, for example, when I was 3 years old, I used to have these like fantastic visions of like people climbing out of their graves. And like this was like a pleasant thought for me. Like I would just think about this over and over and over again. It was like these like zombie like monster things like climbing out of their graves and their mouths would be like all stitched blue and it's like hideously inappropriate and creepy thoughts for like a 3-year-old child, but I don't know, I loved it. And I promise I come from like a completely sane family. Like I'm the only one who's this way. Um and it was stuff like that all when I was a kid. Like I had one of my favorite books of all time was Graveyard Jokes. And I would like carry this around to school with me and just think it was really freaking hilarious. And I went singing like the Hearst song everywhere I went. And I don't even know. I don't even know why I was like this. Um and so I guess you could say the first really kind of crazy experience I had was in 1989. And I think I was like 4. And I had gotten really sick. And I was in the hospital for a couple weeks with rotavirus, actually. It's like this crazy, like, mega virus or some kind of crap like that. And there was this one night, and I started to really go under pretty bad. And I remember still vividly like being in the hospital room, and I remember my mom was like freaking out, and she was like calling for the doctor to come in because they didn't know, what was the state of me, what was wrong, what was going to happen, etc., etc. So um it was like and it was like I kind of started to slip, and it was really weird. I remember seeing my mom, I remember seeing my dad, I remember seeing the doctor, like I remember seeing like all the stuff that was going on. But it was almost like I closed my eyes and then I opened my eyes again, and it was like the room was filled with people that I didn't know. It was like all assortments of people, like old people, young people, just people I didn't know. And the whole background was like this like bluish kind of like cloud mist thing. It just sounds like something somebody would make up, right? But this is totally what I saw. And so then it was like after that though, after I did get better, clearly, and left the hospital, went home, um, and it was a couple months after that I just started having like all these little things that happened. Like I started saying I saw this little boy in the closet. I still remember seeing this little boy. I would just be like in my bed or sitting in my room or something, and it was like I would see like a little boy standing in my closet. I'm an only child. There's no other children in this house. Like I don't know what was up with that. And then it was like when I was 6, I think. I think it was around the time I was like 6 or 7. I had convinced my dad to like pick up my mattress out of my bed frame like every night, drag it into the living room, and I would have like this big like sleepover thing like by myself. I would just stay up and watch TV, and I didn't really have a bedtime or anything. I just kind of like, like did whatever. Stayed out of trouble, but did whatever. And so I would be sleeping in my living room, and so it's like our living room and then our dining room is over here, right? And in our dining room, it's set up like architecturally, it's called like a witch hat. Because what it is it's like a curve, and you can't see my hand. It's like a curve, and like there's these big picture windows in this curve. That's my dining room, right? And 3 a.m. is dead hour, where they say like the dead can walk the earth. And I would be kind of just getting to sleep, around midnight or so, and it started happening to me. It was like every morning. It was like 3, some deviation of 3 o'clock. It'd be like 3 right on the dot, 3:15, 3:30, you know, just something right around 3. And it was like I would wake up out of a dead sleep and I would get this feeling and it would be like, look at the window. And I'd look over at the window, and this is what's really odd, y'all, is it looked like someone was upside down, like, and like rocking back and forth and like hitting their head against the window in my dining room, which is impossible because it's like the roof, like, that's like also where our porch is. So it's like the roof like overhangs. Like there's no way that somebody could have climbed up there. You know, but this was like, so the first time it happened, I freaked out, woke my dad up and was like, oh my God, somebody's like banging their head on the window. And he was like, what? And like, you know, everybody in the house freaked out and, you know, they were looking outside and being like, could anybody be here? No one was there. And, you know, second night it happened. I woke my dad up again. Nobody's there. You know, third night, fourth night. So finally, I just was like, this is going to happen, you know? And that went on for months, where it was just like, I would wake up, it's like 3 o'clock, look over there, you know, all this stuff. So as you can imagine, I was like real super popular at sleepovers, like, all through my childhood because I just like really scared the shit out of people, like telling them this. And then we played all those games, you know, like light as a feather, stiff as a board, and Bloody Mary, where you stand in the mirror and you just like repeat like Bloody Mary. And I just told everybody all these stories like all growing up. I was like a fantastic scary storyteller because a lot of it was like happening. So it's like I just like, as I was growing up, I just keep getting like more and more feelings and stuff. Now I'm not even about to like tell y'all like I'm like some like psychic medium or I have some kind of like communication skills. I mean, I can't, like, I feel like I can communicate with things, but it's not like I can like channel specific people, you know? And like, so this is basically how it's gone my entire life. It's like I'll be someplace and I don't want to tell like the whole story yet because that's gonna be my next video. But whereas I can't like see like specific people, or it's not like I know like specifically. This is sounding really stupid. Let me see. Let me see if I can phrase this properly. Like when I see a ghost or I know a ghost is there, it's not like I'm like, oh, and here's your Uncle Fred. It's like I'll get feelings like, oh, it's a male, like, and I'll get emotions like I'll feel like happiness or sadness or this or that or the other. And so now it's more like that. Like I'm not like Haley Joel Osment or anything. It's not like the Sixth Sense where I'm like seeing like people hanging in school buildings or something. Like it's not like that at all. Like I'm really like not like Looney Tunes around here. So but that'll be what it's like. It's like when, and if you watch my last video, like where I was talking about like the scariest ghost experience I've ever had, it's like I got the feeling that like it was like a woman and like there was like unhappiness or anger or, you know, some kind of feeling like that. Like that's how it hits me. It hits me in waves. It's not like I'm like, oh, her name is Cynthia. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. It's nothing that definite. So that is pretty much it. It's just been ever since I had that really crazy experience in the hospital when I was a kid. It was like ever since then I feel like things have stuck to me. And even though I was kind of like creepy already, it's like multiplied and like manifested itself into this whole other like branch of like, I think that was why I was really interested in it, is because I always felt like I had the ability to communicate or experience things, which I think is a gift. I wish I could see people like Haley Joel Osment. That'd be cool, but I don't think I want to see people like all like throwing up and like brains and guts and all that. Like, no. So I think I'll stick with what I have. But I should be making another one of these videos real soon, and I hope y'all enjoyed this one. And as always, if you have any questions or anything else, feel free to request a video if you want to hear a specific experience I've had. I've had a ton of them, so I'll just be making videos, you know, time and time again, talking about it. And subscribe, because that would be great. I also do a lot of fashion and beauty tutorials if you haven't seen my channel before. So subscribers are always welcome and appreciated. And you can all and you can also follow me on Twitter. And I'm going to put my name right here. And I will see you guys later.